So one of the people that I follow on YouTube, Ed, over at the Coverdale Mine O-Scale Railroad channel on YouTube, he does a lot of eBay unboxings. And it's fun to watch because you never know what he has purchased next. It's always something different. It's most of the stuff he unboxes is older things, but it's fun to watch. At least in my opinion. I like watching them. So I thought I'd do an eBay unboxing. And this is not the first eBay unboxing I've done on this channel, but I thought I would start doing more eBay unboxings in the future. So this item here, I actually bought back in September. And as you can see, it's still in its original shipping carton. When I got it, I decided that I wanted to do an unboxing here on this channel. So it's been sitting around for 6+ months in my house in this box. So it'll be fun to unbox this for the first time. So here we go. This person did a good job boxing this up, and they even left me a thank you note. Looks like they wrapped it in a plastic bag. So you can't really see it that well. It's wrapped in tissue paper, but this is a MPC era Hudson from, I think it's from the seller. Said it was from 1976-77, Chesapeake in Ohio. Here's the number, 6-8603. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out of the box and continue with the video. So I thought, actually, I gave it another thought. I thought it'd be fun to take this out of the box on the camera. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. This box is in really good shape for being almost 50 years old. So here it is. Turn on the light here. I'm a big fan of the Baldwin disc drivers here. This, of course, has the mighty sound of steam. Not sure if it's going to work or not. Hopefully it'll work pretty well, but we will see when we put it on the rails. Here's the tender. Just the standard tender with the wire for the mighty sound of steam. Looks like the foam has disintegrated in there. I'm going to have to probably open this up and reattach it so we don't get any shorts. But there's the tender. So we'll go ahead and put it on the tracks. So I ran this engine briefly, but didn't want to run it too long because I knew the mighty sound of steam board was loose in the tender. And, you know, these early MPC engines are known for having the foam disintegrate over time, and I didn't want the board to lay against the metal chassis and short out. So I ended up taking the cover off of the tender, and sure enough, the foam was gone, and all there was the residue of the foam. And here's a picture of what it looked like when I took the cover off. And then here's a close-up picture of the underside of the board with the, you can see the brown, that's the foam residue. So what I did was I cleaned the inside of the where the board was attached, and I reattached the board using double sticky tape. And so now the board doesn't move around anymore, and I think it's pretty secure, at least for now. I'm not really going to go into too much detail on this engine. I'm just going to give some of my thoughts about it. I think the engine is in great shape. It looks like it hasn't been run all that much, or the person that owned it took good care of it. I like the paint job is very clean. I like the front of the locomotive is silver, which kind of gives it a little bit of color away from the black. One thing that I noticed about the drivers is the middle driver. The drivers have the in the middle they're black, and then the outside it's like silver, but on the middle driver wheel, on the surface that touches the rail, it's black again. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I've never seen an engine with that, you know, the wheel looking like that with the black surface. And of course, that middle wheel is flangeless. You know, nice looking engine. It's the standard tender. Really, not too much to say about it. It has the E unit on the top. You can turn it on and off. It has puffing smoke. It of course has the mighty sound of steam. Now the sound of steam on this does work, but you don't really see you don't hear the on and off of the sound of steam coming on and off like the chug chug. It's kind of like a constant, you know, they call it like it sounds like static basically. And I don't know if like just one of the resistors or the resistors need to be changed in there on the board. I'm not familiar on how to do that, but I did notice that. Also, it does smoke, but the smoke doesn't really come out that much. There's not that much, and it doesn't really kind of puff out. It just kind of flows out of the stack, and there's not that much that comes out. But other than that, the engine runs great. It's a nice running engine, and we'll go ahead and run this around the layout.